I have a dream I wanted to share with you. In this dream, I was a bride, and I was a bride in a full-blown panic because the guests were arriving and I was not ready. I was in a building where there were 3 separate rooms, and on the end was the room where I was at, which was the bridal chamber. There was a window in the room that overlooked the parking lot, and I could look out and see that the guests were arriving. So I was trying to get ready, and I realized that my wedding ring, was not on my finger. Earlier in the day, in the dream, I had recalled that I had taken a shower and left the ring in the soap dish. So I had to go get it. So I left the bridal chamber, and it was a 2-story building, and the stairs were on the outside of the building. So I had to go down, and I was actually passing the guests as I was going down, and they were smiling and saying hello to me. I came up upon one gentleman, and he stopped me, and he was smiling and gave me a big hug and told me congratulations. The ironic thing about this gentleman is that he was a pastor that had fallen from grace. And I'm not going to go into any of that, but the only thing that, kind of hit me odd was that he was a pastor, but he was also a guest. So anyway, so he told me that we would talk, after the wedding at the reception. And I said, okay, great. So then I continued on down the stairs, was walking towards this other building, and my ring just appeared on my finger. And I was like, oh, great. So I don't have to go all the way over to the other building to get it. So I turned around, went back upstairs, and I was trying to sneak past all the guests. I was in the back of the room, trying to sneak past everybody to get to the bridal chamber. But all the guests were like standing in this big room, and there was food out and like tall tables where you don't sit, you just put the food on the table, and they were standing around these circular tables eating and talking. So I got back into the bridal chamber, and I was trying to find my dress. My mom was there. She was trying to help me find it, and there was bags of clothes all over the place. This chamber was it was like really messy. I'm not sure what that means, but it was messy. And so I was trying to find my gown, and finally, buried in the back on this clothing rack, I found it. So I pulled it out and I hung it on a hook and looked at it, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I looked down and saw my fingernails had not been done, and that sent me into another panic. And there was another lady there that was helping me, and we both agreed that there's no way I have time to go get my nails done. That was an hour, at least to get that done. And so she offered to go to the store and grab me some press-on nails, and we could put those on in, less than 5 minutes. So I said, yeah, great. So she did that. Then my mom and she was just continuing to help me get ready. And then I think at that point I woke up. I thought about it for a little bit, and then I must have dozed back off, and then I continued in the same dream. That's the first time I'd ever had that happen. So I was back at the bridal chamber, and I was looking out the window, and I had relatives that were arriving that were also guests. And I guess the significance of that is just that they're going to be there, but they're guests. They're not a bride. So anyway, that was my dream. And the whole theme of the dream was that there's no time, that I'm very stressed and just running around because we're out of time. So anyway, God bless you all. Thanks for listening.